And welcome to the fourth podcast of the Slashing Sabers. I'm your host, Linda Spellman, and next to me I have
Adam Smith.
And today we're going to be talking about post-game Sabres Bruins. Sabres lose in overtime 4-3 to the Boston Bruins. Really nice effort by the Buffalo Sabres, could you say?
Yeah, I'm still mad about that one, but yeah, they definitely had a lot of effort in that one.
Yeah, there's no giving up. They were just getting the puck. Alex Tuch scores his first goal. We called it. We called it. So yeah, and then Skinner,
Yeah.
right? And then Hin and Stroza, two guys coming off COVID IR list, coming back in their first games and scoring of Skinner and Hin. Stroza, as you heard in our last podcast. But just Buffalo, tough game. They fought hard. That's the most hard working team that I've seen this year for the Buffalo Sabres.
There's no team that plays like them. They never give up. They could be down 5-0 with 2 minutes left, and they would try their hardest to score those 5 goals.
Yeah, it's and then Don Granato coming back in his first game. I feel like he did well. I feel like he called good stuff. He really called that timeout in a good.
It would have been nice if we scored if we won for Don Granato. I mean, in his first game back, that would have been nice. But.
Yeah, Matt Ellis had to take over, and it not a good. And then we saw Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen stormed. When I mean stormed, he was the first one into that locker room. He was so mad.
So yeah, after Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen allowed that goal, the Bruins were cheering. They were banging the guy who scored on the boards, and then as soon as you look over to the Sabres, they all wait for Luukkonen because if they went before Luukkonen, they're probably getting shoved to the ground. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen was storming. He was not happy.
Yeah, I wouldn't be happy either if I was that goalie getting it's hard sometimes getting a scored on in overtime. And now we're gonna be previewing the San Jose Sharks on Thursday. The Buffalo Sabres play San Jose Sharks at the San Jose Stadium. But first, we're just gonna get more into that. So, how do you feel and then Peyton Krebs getting his first point as a Buffalo Sabre? How do you feel that Alex Tuch goal was? How do you think it got started?
Honestly, it was just Peyton Krebs. I feel like he probably went to the net and was oh well, there's basically no chance I can score on this. And then I think he turned his shoulder, backhanded, and then slapper by Tuch in the net.
Yeah, and then it's just and then we faced the ex-goalie Linus Olmark, who did actually not bad. Really, he didn't really do bad. The goals he allowed weren't his fault. Just that defense collapsed for the Boston Bruins, and the Buffalo Sabres really didn't give anything. They were playing tough defense. Really, this was a really good game for the Buffalo Sabres. Good momentum boost coming back after these players coming off the COVID IR. Otto Ristolainen got called down, and JJ Peleka also got called down, and then the 3 guys that got called up, I was talking about them, and the 3 guys, Ryan McNains, Brandon B-Road, and Isaac something, they got called on again, so Amherst are going to be good again. Hopefully Sabres can get on a winning track again, and how do you feel if Malcolm Subban would have won in that game? Would the score be any different?
Honestly, I feel without Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, if Subban was in that game, I know Subban's not gonna watch this, but say he sees this clip, I'm not calling you worse than Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, but I feel we would have lost by more than 1.
Yeah, but because Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen was making phenomenal saves, and we saw if Malcolm Subban could have had a great game, but from the game he had last night, if we put those shots to him last night, we were lost 6-1 something. 6-2.
No,
yeah.
6-3.
Yeah. No, 6-4 because we scored 1 in that game.
Oh, yeah.
The Kyle Laposa one. So yeah, it's tough times for the Buffalo Sabres on this losing streak. Could you say? Yeah. How much? What's this? A 3-game losing streak. Hopefully they can get the morale boost against the San Jose Sharks, and really just never they need to stop. They just don't need to give up. Just don't give up. They are. And
I feel you don't have to tell them that. They always never give up.
Yeah. So, what are some options for the Buffalo Sabres if they see playmaking is not their best key? What are some options that they could either trade for?
this has been rumored. I'm pretty sure for a little bit they could get Chris Letang. It's gonna take a lot, but he only has 1 goal and he has 19 assists. Like, that's the playmaker we need to help us win.
Yeah, maybe like a Ryan Nugent Hopkins. He's also a really good player. I really like him. Like, he's getting no time with McDavid and Draisaitl. Why not just bring him in to be your best player?
Yeah,
like he's better than Dahlin. I don't think, like, he's the same with Chris Letang. More playmaking, but he has more goals. He has 3 goals on the season. Chris Letang only has 1. But Chris Letang would have been a phenomenal piece with Dahlin. He would have been a really nice option for Dahlin.
Yeah, that defensive line would be unstoppable.
Yeah, like unstoppable. Like, nobody would get past. It was just like, yeah. So, and is there anybody else? Do you think the Buffalo Sabres can maybe a goalie? Like, pretend either Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen gets injured or Malcolm Subban. Who are goalies that they can do? And Craig Anderson's still on injured list, and Aaron Dell. This is just like injury Sabres. Aaron Dell's like, and then Dustin Tokarski's like, yeah, we trade Dell and Tokarski. Just who do you think would be a player that we could get for that second goaltending spot?
We've tried doing this before. This has been rumored like a while ago, I'm pretty sure. But maybe we go back to trying to get the Oilers goalie.
Yeah, Mike Smith, good goalie. But I don't feel like we're gonna get Mike Smith. But I feel like we can get maybe like Cam Tablet. No, I don't. Yeah, I know. Jack. No.
That's their starter.
Jonathan Quick for the Los Angeles Kings, maybe? No. But, yeah, it's definitely a good offer for the Buffalo Sabres. Whatever they could do. Anybody on the trade block for the Sabres after this game, could you say?
I don't know. Like, I feel like basically everybody played good, honestly. This is tough. Honestly, I feel like they're not going to put anybody on the trade block after that game. But, like, from the earlier games in the season and stuff, me and Lana have talked about this basically almost every podcast, probably. Colin Miller. He has talent, but he's not one of the guys that the Sabres need. We don't need him. We have scoring already.
Yeah, we have too much offensive defensemen. Like, we need to get like that, like a offensive defenseman that also can help Dahlin on defense. Like that would be Chris Letang.
Yeah,
he would be that, like, coming off, because Don Granato and him will fit perfectly. Because Chris Letang's more of that, like, okay, I can score and I can get assists at that top of the line stuff.
Like, what do you need me to do?
Yeah, like, he can do anything, really. Chris Letang can. And then
I just think he's been put to playmaking. Like, I think the coach has been like, don't shoot unless you have an open shot. Don't shoot.
Yeah, and then also a guy, Phil Kessel, is also a guy that the Sabres can get. He plays for the Arizona Coyotes. He's a right winger. He's one of the best players on that team because the Coyotes aren't. They're okay. So what are we gonna say? Preview Sabres Sharks game. Who are the projected goaltenders for the Sabres and Sharks? You can just say Sabres.
Sabres goalie, I say we play Subban after that loss because I know Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, most of it, like, some of the stuff wasn't his fault, but I feel like we give Subban a chance after his loss to the Islanders. I feel like we just give him a chance. Maybe that just wasn't his day.
Yeah. So, yeah, and Subban, like, we saw Subban in the Penguins game. He was a good player. Like, there was nothing to be like, oh my gosh, Subban, next Sabres best goalie. There's nothing like that.
Or it wasn't like, oh, Subban, get off the team. Like,
yeah, it was just like, okay, maybe good backup for Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen.
Yeah.
But, like, the Sabres right now, what they need is a number one goaltender. Like, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen will be that number one goaltender for the Buffalo Sabres in the future, yeah. But they need a real number one. Like, a guy that can just go score. I mean, why did I just say go score? Stop shots. Not have a high goals against. Just like Mike Smith would have been nice. But, like, I don't feel like if the Oilers trade for Marc-Andre Fleury, which they might, we might have a clear path for Mike Smith.
Yeah.
And Mike Smith is an 80, like, he's 39. He's an old veteran that could help UPL and like Subban and then Mike Smith. Next year we can just go. You did your job. So we're hoping Marc-Andre Fleury can go to that Oilers team.
This is the one time I want to make the Oilers better.
This is the only time. Like, they're the most stacked team. If they can get a good goalie like Marc-Andre Fleury, they're the best team. They're the best team in the league.
I feel like, they're of course the best team in the league, but I feel like they play worse than how good they actually are.
Yeah, like, it's more on the defense. Like, Daniel Nurse is, like, the only one that's good on that team, on that defensive team.
Yeah.
Like, Daniel Nurse. And then they also have Steven Skinner on the AHL. The only reason I know that is he was playing the Sabres. So, yeah. And then they're just like, Skinner has the puck. Oh, and his shot's on Skinner. And, like, it was, like, so funny. So, yeah. Mike Smith would be a nice option. Nobody really else on the Sabres mind right now. There's nobody where we can go like, oh my gosh, jump out of our seats. He's on the trade block. There's nobody really going to be on that trade block right now. But like when we like get to that moment where we're like, okay, let's go and get a trade.
Yeah.
Get one of those two guys. So yeah. So let's see. Now we're gonna project stats for the Buffalo Sabres San Jose Sharks game. Who do you think will you pick 3 players and I'll pick 3 players?
All right, my first player, I got Peyton Krebs. I set him to go do good for this game. I meant Bruins game. I projected him to get 2 assists. I mean, he got 1. I was close. I feel like he's gonna have a game where he gets just 1 goal, nothing else, just 1 goal. Then my next player, I got Tage Thompson getting 1 goal and 1 assist.
Yeah, that's reasonable. Tage Thompson has been really good lately, really picking it up. I feel like him and Tuck are just amazing, and we were celebrating when Tuck got his first goal. We were just like running out of the room. Tuck.
Yeah.
It was just crazy.
Yeah, my third player, I think he's gonna go on a hot streak. I know he's inconsistent, but I got Skinner getting 1 goal, 1 assist. So my top 3 players, Peyton Krebs, then Thompson, then Skinner.
Yeah, and then I'm going to say whoever's in goal. Whoever's in goal. If it's Subban, then I'll I'm gonna keep simple and have Subban and UPL. But I'm whoever it is, I'm just gonna keep it there. Even if it's Subban, I'm gonna keep it there. I feel like San Jose has not the best attacking, but they have a decent defense. So, and then Evander Kane getting called down because stuff offside the ice. I won't get into that, but and then my last player is gonna be Cody Eakin. He's never really had that big star game with the Sabres, but I think this is gonna be his this will be his game against the San Jose Sharks. I feel like he's gonna have 2 goals. And that's going to break them out into a hot streak. That's what the Sabres need from all their scrapper guys, like the Hinnenstrosas. We've said 1,000 times. When we say scrappers, it's just the Hinnenstrosas, Bajorks, what else? Kachulas, Murrays. Those are all the guys that we're going to say scrappers are. And then my next guy is going to be also another scrapper. It's going to be Anderson's Bajork. Bajork really hasn't had a big impact with the Buffalo Sabres, except for that first goal against the Canadiens, I remember, the first game of the season. And I feel like he's going to have 1 goal and 1 assist. And his, the scrappers, there's 2 lines with the scrappers, and both lines need to start producing points. If they want to stay on this team, because they're all to 1 or 2 year contract, if they want to be that scrapping 4th or 3rd line person starting on that line, they need to start picking it up. How do you feel about my 3 picks?
They're risky, but I agree that those scrappers are gonna those scrappers at some point are gonna have to have a big game, and I believe they could also have a big game this one. I feel like this could be their big game.
Yeah, and I also like your 3. Peyton Krebs. Maybe that's a morale boost, his first point.
Yeah.
But, yeah, as we're going to say goodbye to you guys soon, but we're going to jump into one last thing. Don Granato, what would you do? What would you do with this team after this loss?
I would just try to keep them confident, try to keep them calm. Of course, try to keep Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen calm. I feel like just talk to Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, calm him down, and get him ready for next match.
Yeah, and we're going to say bye-bye to you guys. This was a longer podcast of one of our guys, so peace!